Ooh, interesting. All right. Got some updates there I was reading. Hello, good evening. It is time for our live evening Hatha class. This class is for all bodies. It was born through the exhaustion of social apps, so like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, which I still post other classes on. But this is a bit of a nice little cozy break because you can watch YouTube live through an app on your phone if you choose, through tablet, computer, desktop screen, or large if you have a smart TV or Roku TV, then you can pull up YouTube Live on all of those types of devices also. And you don't necessarily always have to have a premium account to watch live events. So thank you for joining me. This is kind of an offering to give you a taste of the type of work that I do, the classes that I offer, and what you can expect in a class, live or other virtual classes for this Hatha style. So what is Hatha yoga? Hatha yoga in the West is known as a balancing of the mind and body. Ha meaning sun, Tha meaning moon. This class encourages or seeks to balance these energies. The moon is known to be masculine, energetic, rising, awakening. The moon, softer, female, cozy, slowing down. So to welcome a class that combines these two, kind of merges these energies, we have Hatha Yoga. The practice is of asanas you may find in a vinyasa or ashtanga class. So I encourage you to join me for evening Hatha, which is on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 Central. It's a 45-minute class. I also offer adaptions, so that would maybe the use of pillows as what's behind me, belts, blocks, blankets, or other things that you find suitable, chairs, or what have you. So if you'd like to utilize props or not, that's up to you. If you would like to use a mat or not, it's up to you. Just be supportive of your body, listen to your body. I'm just here to guide the way through this or any other class or offering. If you're interested in other classes, check out carmitasmiles.com or the link in my About section or in the corner. You can find my social links to learn more if you are on those other platforms. But there's always the website if you're not. So we're going to get started. I always tend to say, do as you please. I'm just here to guide the way. If something feels good, you'd like to stay there longer, please do. If something feels a little, you're unsure of it, feel free to exit out that pose or position or stretch. This is for you. It's about connecting with your present self and body. Remember, going to balance out these pieces and parts within the body and mind, welcoming you to present moment, focusing on breath work or techniques, also in a Hatha class, and sometimes sending that breath into places and parts that the body or mind are calling to welcome release or softening or stretching or what have you. So we're going to get started on the mat, but if you don't have a mat, that's okay. Maybe you're doing this adaptive in a chair. Be mindful if you're in something stable and just being mindful of self. We're going to jump right into balancing out the body. Another way that we can balance the body in a class is if we're doing something in one direction, we do it in the other direction. Or if we're doing something to one side of the body, we'll do it to the other side of the body or allow that mind or thought to come into play. So we're going to start, if you choose with me to do so, have the legs extended out in front of you as you please. We're going to start to think about lengthening through the spine. So our crown is going to lift, our crown, our head is going to lift towards the ceiling, our sky. And we're going to hold for about 5 to 7 breaths. We're going to walk the hands out one side of body and just breathe as you're twisting after lengthening and walking to the side. If you're in a chair, you might be using the chair to help support the body. And you might have your chin over the shoulder and vision over the shoulder. So make it as you wish and then breathe. Adjust if your body asks, or if you'd like to make the practice a little bit more intense. Find those last breaths. Gently release. Welcome yourself back to center. You could always have a hazy gaze or closed eyes or opened eyes, depending on where you would like your focus. You could always put on some soft music if you choose. And then when you're ready, you'll take that twist to the opposite side, where you don't have to have any sounds or music. It's your choice. Find those last few breaths. When ready, gently release, returning back to center. We're going to crawl into a forward fold. You could support the body how you choose to do such. When you go into your forward fold, something we talk about a lot in yoga, and what I mean we, I mean instructors or those who are guiding the class, is we mentioned falling away from the shoulders moving away from the ears, flowing down. And it's just about an awareness of the shoulders. So when we're going through practice, especially if we're in a power flow or a faster class, we may not even realize where our shoulders are kind of moving and grooving. Sometimes we're lost in the physical asana. But when we have these slower classes, that awareness, you have that additional time to really come into the present space. And so when we're checking into forward folds or twists or any pose or position, sometimes we may not realize it, and there may be this kind of hunching or this upping, or we're tense. So it's kind of releasing when you lengthen through the spine. It engages the core, the shoulders move away. And that can look different for everybody. Breathe in and exhale into your forward fold. Adjust your footing, your feet, your legs if you need. Take your time. We're going to be here a little bit longer, extended breath, about 7 to 9 breaths. So if you start with bent knees, you may unbend the knees. You may focus on lengthening and through the spine still as you forward fold, or you may focus on stretching the shoulders or arms into the shoulder blades, or focusing on that back. And there might be a little rounding of the back, but there's a difference of hunching, moving forward, and a natural progression of relaxing or stretching that upper body over the lower body, breathing, lengthening, and you can feel the difference possibly, or notice the difference. And because you don't want to do your best to not struggle, to not force. As you're breathing, lengthening as time goes on, the body will soften and lengthen on its own. And breathe. You may check in with the breath, inhaling, exhaling through the nose. You may find some sound like the ocean, oceanic breathing, where you're inhaling, deep breaths, and where the tongue may lay. You may then sound like the ocean or waves of the lake or water. Take a few more breaths here. You can always use a strap. You would have the strap wrapped around if you're using that. And when you're ready, gently, slowly roll up the spine. No rush, no hurry. Take your time. Coming up to a nice seated position. We're going to flex the feet towards the sky or guide the legs gently, kind of pressing away from the body. We're going to welcome the hands to sides, press the palms down into the mat. You may feel a little lift off your tail. Hold a little bit of strengthening, a little bit of warming up the body. And soften, release. We're going to do that 2 more times. A little strengthening this evening hatha. Welcome a little heat, a little stretch and awareness into the hands. It's also a stretch for the palms and fingers. If you've been holding your phone or typing or driving all day, you find those hands next, please, to the sides or next to the hips, the tail, the cheeks. Straighten out those elbows, lift. Take a breath or two here. I know I'm a little shaky. That's all right. And release. One more time when ready. Reset, lengthen, and when ready, lift. Check in with all the points and sides of the hands, fingers, and release. We're going to bring awareness to our hands and fingers and out of the wrists. So we're going to start with just moving the fingers, bringing some awareness to them. Then we're going to go ahead and allow a little flexibility there. However you wish to move those fingers. It may be circling them around, opening up the palms. Then we're going to let them relax for a moment. We're going to bring awareness into the wrists. Wrist circles in one direction. And then the other. Legs can be where they may, where they support the body. We're going to open up through the chest, through the arms, and lengthening. We're going to inhale. The arms are going to float and lengthen out to sides. Maybe a little lift in the chest. Just feel the arms open and then close. Palms can connect. Prayer Ajna Mudra in front of heart or chest. We're going to do that twice more. So when you're ready, start to open up, lengthen the arms out, open up wide. Maybe a little wider than last time. Lift and lengthen. Then when ready, Ajna Mudra. Return to center. Take a breath and notice anything in the body. And once again, last one for this round. Just opening up, we're giving a stretch through the upper body, through the arms, to the shoulder blades, just in case we were hunched over in computers and things today. And return Anja Mudra. Now notice I have a wall next to me. I'm getting adapted to this new space. So we're a little extra close and cozy today. But if you have a wall, if you want to go deeper and really get deep and stretch, you could take that arm further behind you. And the closer you get to the wall, obviously you're going to want to move the whole entire body closer to the wall. But then if you move away from that direction, it's going to get a deeper stretch in that shoulder. So that's just something you could do if you want, looking for a little bit something more intense, or maybe before a sporting event or something. You have that option. So we're going to go ahead and allow those arms and hands to release and shake out, kind of stretch anything. And then when ready, we're going to give one more set just to allow a little awareness. And we're going to move down the rest of the body for a little stretch here. So when you're ready, you can take the arms out through sides, raise them to ceiling and sky. The vision can follow. Hey, stretch here. You're going to feel that tail connecting to the earth or ground or seat beneath you. Vision can be forward or a little stretch in the neck. Vision can go towards the ceiling. When ready, take one arm, drop it behind you if you choose, and the other arm over the elbow, and a stretch here. And a breathe. You may feel some differences in the breathing as you stretch through this upper body. Wonderful strengthening tools. And about welcoming yourself to this present moment, that mind-body balance, coming into awareness with the breath. Hold for just one or two more. And then when ready, release. Those arms reach for the sky. Vision can follow. And take it to the other side. Make any adjustments as you need. We all may look different here. I had a couple workouts before this, so my body is shaky. So there may be a little discomfort learning and getting into new areas of the body as you breathe or stretching. Be gentle if the body asks to be gentle. The body's asking for challenge and courage and stretch. And go for it. Another breath. And then release. We're going to allow the arms to flow out through sides. Ooh. Shake anything out if you need. Shake those shoulders out. Shake those arms out. Feel some heat in that spine possibly. Come into breath. And then when you're ready, be gentle with the lower body. We're going to go ahead and take the legs out to one side or the other. We're going to find a cat's tail here. So we're going to move kind of in different sections and pieces and parts. We're going to welcome that awareness into balance and being cozy once again with self here in space. So we'll go ahead and allow both sides of the body to kind of twist opposite directions. So the legs and feet will go one direction. The torso, we're going to find balance in the opposite direction. And there's different variations you could do with this cat's tail. So if you're in seat, if you're doing an adaptive yoga and you're in a chair, you might find yourself seated, and so your tail's in the seat, your legs are below you. You would then just maybe twist your legs to one side or that lower body to one side, and your upper body, you could use the chair to allow a deepening twist the opposite direction. But if you're on mat, those legs are going to fall to one side. Work with your body, breathe when you're ready. You're going to walk the upper body twisting towards the opposite direction. And you could keep lifted with that upper body, or you do have the option. If you'd like something a little bit more extra cozy and restorative, you could take that pillow and slowly, gently fall over that pillow to support the head. If you are not using a pillow, you could always use the hands and come down on the forearms. And you're going to feel this stretch through the ribs, through the sides, possibly. You could take it lower for deeper stretch, or you can keep it high and it's going to be a little bit more strengthening, and you're going to feel the stretch instead of on the outside, but on the inside. So I'm twisting towards my right, and when I'm low, I start to feel the stretch go into my left side. When I'm high, I feel it on the right. So you're going to balance either way. Take a few breaths, get supportive and cozy here. Find another 2 to 3 breaths. When you're ready, be gentle, be slow. Breathe. Walk the body back to center. Take your time. Be gentle with the legs, the tail. We're going to slowly welcome the legs back to center. And then you're going to walk the legs out to the other side or change that lower body to the other side. Adjust, and then you're going to find your cat's tail on the other side. Take any adjustments that you need. And twist and breathe. Another 3 breaths or so in your cat's tail. And then when ready, gently release, slow and steady. Return back to center. We're going to be gentle with the body. We're going to welcome the feet and legs back to center. Take a breath if you need. We're going to find a windshield wiper to one side, which just means we're going to allow the knees to fall to one side, but this time instead of being out to our side, they're in front of us. Hold for a breath or two. And then when ready, take those windshield wipers to the opposite side. Now, instead of engaging that upper body, the movements in the lower body. And feel a stretch in the thighs, the quads. And then you can even it out. So we're going to welcome those feet to center, hands still supporting, and just take some centered windshield wipers at your own pace, your own time. When you're ready, you'll find that breath. Welcome yourself back to center. We're going to find a seated bound angle, and then we'll transform it into a butterfly. So we're going to find seated. You're always welcome to find a deeper bound angle where you forward fold or you go into a turtle shell, depending on where you would like to take this practice. So you can have the bottoms of feet facing one another. Basically, the knees are going to fall out to side. Bottoms of feet can be connected, more of a diamond shape to start. You could always flutter those legs. And you could leave the upper body soft. If you choose, we're going to focus on the lower body here. You could have the hands over the legs for additional weight. Or like I said, I mentioned that forward fold earlier. It's up to you. Then you get the additional weight and lengthening of spine over the lower body. And then when you're ready, breathe. We'll be here about, say, 5 to 7 breaths or so, somewhere in between. And as you're breathing in this pose, think about the breath moving through and shooting into that lower body, releasing with every exhale any tension, any tightness, any stress. No worries where you find yourself today. Every day is different. Breathe. Opening up the hips and getting adjustments. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. going to gently release. As you're releasing, you are just going to roll up the spine if you happen to take that forward fold. Slowly rise, because if you're dealing with any vertigo, you want to be cautious of the head. Take your time, and then you're going to gently allow those legs to come in just a wee bit closer. We're going to transform into butterfly, so we're taking our time. So now we're more as like a wide angle kind of triangle here, less of a diamond, more of a triangle. The legs start to come into awareness, and I'm going to show some adaptions with this. If you live with someone, they could assist if they're not busy. And or if just someone's over, if you do this as a partner practice, then there's that option to have a person in front of you facing you. And you two can get, depending on how close, comfortable you are, of course, be cautious of you and yourself and your surroundings and your humans. But if you get closer to one another, but be cautious of the feet also and height, all the bodily things that happen, you can help kind of press one another, kind of get a little bit deeper. If you want to take that stretch deeper, if you want to slowly take your time, don't dive right into the butterfly if you are new or depending on how the body's feeling, but you could have that person help kind of just sink you in a little bit deeper each time you're in that pose as you transition from bound angle to triangle to butterfly. You also have that option to, if you have a strap, you could always take the strap and another, if you have someone with you, it'd be a little bit easier probably, but you can always take it a bit under the feet or across the legs and then use that to support the body, or depending on the feet, you can take it out. But it can get a little bit tricky with the strap, especially if you're one person. And then if you would like, if you have a wall, like I have this beautiful wall here with me right now, and can go in different directions here. So depending on how your body is feeling, if you have things coming out the back, please be cautious. But you could use it where, if you have your wall and your mat, and if you're already feeling good and supported in your way, don't worry about this today. This is just some adaptations you could do. If you're in seat, your butterfly or triangle or bound angle is going to be in front of you. If you're sitting on a chair, your legs might be below. You might just be on the sides of feet or welcoming that shape in the body to still open up the hips. Arms can be down. But if you're on the floor against the wall, you always have that option to have the body against the wall and start with your bound angle and then gently move in a little bit closer, because you have that wall that you're backing into, that you've backed up into, so you can get deeper in that stretch. Now, if you noticed in your bound angle that your legs, your knees are lower to ground, but as you get closer into the, like this is almost full butterfly, that your knees raise, it's just your body telling you like, hey, this is where we're at right now. So you could always have a little bit of pressure with the hands, the blocks, a partner, but be cautious, listen to the body, stretch, not strain. As you breathe, let go, and gain consistent practice, the body will reopen. I know for myself, I went through a 3-year kind of, I like to call it sabbatical, even though I'm still here. But with that, my body has changed and I was not getting my same daily practice. So I noticed my legs are a little bit higher than where they were. No judgment to self, right? I'm noticing that. So it just brings that awareness in with my practice. And if I do this so many times and consistency and practice, like anything, they'll reopen. The hips will reopen, the muscles will stretch, again, that flexibility. So be cautious. Find your last breaths in your triangle, by the way. But another way to do that too would be, you want to be very cautious with the feet if you're going to face the wall, but you could have the hands behind you and also then just get closer and closer and closer to the wall. But you want to be really cautious of your toes, your feet, your legs, and your flexibility there. So just adapting and using the body. And you would use the support of your arms if you have them, or partner once again to help lengthen and stretch. That's going to go a little bit more in the spine and back if you're facing, especially if you have a partner that's kind of checking in on you. So those are different adaptations you could do. You could also do this pose on your back if you choose. So we're still in our triangle. We're going to take another breath. We're easing into butterfly. So gently release. I know you might have been there a little bit as I showed the different positions. But work with your body. If you want it to release a little bit before, great. So you might find yourself just in seated. So now we're going to welcome that transition into butterfly. And you may still be in bound angle. You may still be in triangle, but now you may be in butterfly. It's your choice, your practice. So you could be here on tail. You could add that forward fold, especially if you have a partner. And it could still be butterfly, can still be a gentle opener pose. You don't have to make it that intense. That's just nice little adaptions I like to throw in there if you're looking for something a little more. But you do have the option, if you want to be really cozy with it, to always go down to spine, slow and steady. Slowly allow the knees to go out to side. And then you can use the hands, almost like you would be doing a happy baby. But that's a different adaptation also. So lots and lots of adaptions here. We won't be in butterfly too long. Find about 3 or so more breaths in your butterfly. I'm just checking time, making sure I don't miss anything. And then we are going to go down to our backs. Yay! Keeping it cozy. Your hips are going to be like, oh, my low. Oh, my low. Oh, my Milo, I guess is what I'm saying there. So find that butterfly and release when you're ready. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing. And then gently release, gently, slowly extend the legs. We're going to take them out long again. You might feel some crickles and cracks in the knees. You might want to bend and unbend one knee and then the other. You might want to move the bottom. I want to give the spine a little break. I'm going to close the eyes. Just take a moment in space. Welcome any awareness of any sensations in the body. And then when ready, gently release, or you could open the eyes. We're going to take our time. We're going to find this balance once again in body. So if you have a pillow, you're more than welcome to use it, or anything else to support your body. Take your time, the hands supporting you, moving down towards the mat. And we're going to allow our feet to connect to the mat. We're going to keep the knees up high. And we're just going to rock them side to side like mini windshield wipers right now. Slow or as fast as you like. Because those bound angles and butterflies and different poses, we are one giant muscle all connected through the body, different pieces and parts and fascia and tendons. So you might feel that in your spine. You might feel that in different places that you weren't sure about. All right, you're going to find one side. You're just going to allow the knees to just kind of gently rest out there just for a moment. And then take it to the other side just for a moment. And take it back to the original side, and this time we're going to allow the knees to fall all the way over. Adjust the hips and waist. Arms can go wherever they like. And we're going to rest here for a moment. You can close the eyes and breathe. Take another 2 or 3 breaths. If you're in seat, once again, if it's adaptive flow in seat, your knees are out to one side as the torso is facing forward. Option to stay here after your next breath. You could bend the knees out a little further to side and extend that top leg. If you have a strap, you're more than welcome to wrap that strap around the foot to flex the foot, or use the hand to hold it up to the side. When ready, gently release. That top leg went long, gently bend that knee, welcome it to center, adjust the hips. Move with ease and breath, and then take it to the opposite side. Adjust the upper body, adjust the leg. Obviously, I'm near a wall. So being cautious of your surroundings. If you're close enough to leg and it's just the right length and distance away, you can use that to your support system. Use it to your advantage. Check in with the shoulders. Find that last breath or so, and then take your time to gently, slowly release. Take your time, no rush, no hurry, no worry. Come back, returning to center, the body, center to mat, possibly. Knees still raised. We're going to find some little rockabys here. So gently allow one knee to pull into chest, and then allow the other knee to pull into chest. Hands can wrap around, feet can be soft or flexed, and just rock side to side. A little massage for the spine if you're in chair. It might just be wiggling that torso side to side. More than welcome to circle the knees away if you're on the back, one way or the other. And then when ready, we're going to gently release one foot down to side, and then the other foot down to side. And we're just going to take a moment here before we move into our Shavasana. Hands can be wherever they may lay. Really connect with breath, just regular breathing. Welcome any sensations to the body. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the head. Maybe the feet, if they're connected to floor, allowing all sides to feel and touch. And then from here, you can start to transition into your moment of peace or Shavasana. Take your time. You could gently extend one leg and then the other to find Shavasana or corpse pose. You have the option to gently turn onto one side or the other and take a moment. Or you have the option to gently rise into the seated position of your choice. It could be against the wall if you have it. It could be in Sukhasana. It could be in lotus or half lotus or legs extended. It's up to you, or maybe it's a half tree or a full seated tree. It's a full seated tree brings you into butterfly. Or Sukhasana. So take it wherever your body is requesting. And we're going to welcome these moments of peace. Shavasana, soothing the nervous system through breath. You can close the eyes if they were open. Hands could be on a heart or lap or floor, palms up if you're looking to stay connected with the earth and energy around you. Hands down to connect with self and grounding. And just breathe. If you'd like to relax the eyelids, you can welcome a gentle smile upon the face. Notice where your body, your upper body is floating towards. Are you leaning forward, anxious for what's ahead? Are you leaning back, worried about what's behind you? Or right in center, here and now, breathing, breathing, letting go. With every breath, allowing the physical body to relax, breathing into any tightness and tension and exhaling that tightness and tension away. Softening, letting go of any tension and tightness in the jaw, head, neck, or shoulders, thighs, waist, legs, anywhere else in the body. Thoughts of the days past or days ahead come into mind. Always returning back to breath, just going back to recognizing your inhales and exhales to release and let go. Just breathing, relaxing the crown, the eyebrows, the jaw, the shoulders, the belly, the tail, your root, the feet, the hands, the head, the heart and spine. As you welcome an overwhelming sense of calm and peace over the body, may you gently start to welcome awareness and movement in the body. Gentle shakes or rubs, or twists or turns. If the eyes are closed, being gentle and soft to open the eyes. Nice and easy. Easy does it. Taking your time, whether laying upon the back or belly or side or seated or standing. Together, welcoming the arms or hands in front of body. Taking a breath. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for this evening Hafi Cozy Flow class. May it ease you into the rest of your day with light, peace, smiles, and love. Namaste. 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 I love these little bells I have. They're always a gentle way I like to welcome Students back to the present space and moment after Shavasana and live classes and sessions. But it can be fun to incorporate it in these too. So take your time moving and grooving, welcoming yourself back to your space. I'd like to thank you for welcoming me into your space. If you have any questions, reach out to me, leave comments. You can find me on Instagram, and have a lovely, lovely rest of your week. And wherever this may find you, may all blessings and gifts also find you and be received. Take care.